Hello, and welcome to our third episode. This is number 3, bro.
This is number
We're
3.
done. We're retiring after this one. This is this is Pop Nerdom. This is your boy Six.
Your boy Hanz.
Yeah, we over here. Hanz and I, good friends, got together, decided to start talking about the stuff that we cared about, and gave you our opinion like you gave a shit. Yes. And you probably don't, but you're gonna listen anyways because you're nice.
Thank you.
Oh, I left the door open, didn't I?
Yes.
I don't care.
It's all right.
Should I close that door?
Yes. Oh, shit. So we don't have the guest appearance.
Yeah, guest appearance by my goddamn cat being a bitch.
Because that's the first thing should go and rub.
Yeah, should rub. Yeah, something. My cat yesterday, we were eating, or the day before, we were eating. And when we were done eating, Stephanie, my girlfriend, went to throw out the garbage, and she scratched her leg. But that's her cat. She saved that cat from death, and she attacked Stephanie. And I was laughing because I was like, "That's what you get for saving a feral cat." And then I went to put the food in the fridge, and she drew blood, bro. Like, she scratched me so hard, there was like blood on my pants.
What?
Yo, I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill your ass." But anyways, we're not here to talk about that goddamn bitch ass cat, whom I love. I love her though. Hansel, I'm gonna try to see if we can zoom in into the DeLorean here.
Yeah.
But Hansel, this DeLorean, if I can zoom into it, I hope I can, is a magnetic DeLorean, so that it floats midair. Yeah, let's take like a...
This shit is nuts.
From his perspective. But I've had this since I met Hansel, yes, which was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. And he never realized that it was like magnetically floating.
It's really floating with magic.
It's not magic.
This is magic.
This
is magic. Don't you ruin this for me.
It's science. That's what the point of Back to the Future is, that it's science, bro. No?
It's magic.
Anyways, it's magic, you know. Anyways, welcome to our show. Sorry we've been dalagagging so much, but we're having a very exciting day today. We have a ton of things to get through, and we have a lot of things that we're very excited to talk about today. And let's start with the one thing. So I'm at work today, and I'm not gonna say where I work, but I'm going to say this one thing. I'm going to turn this on. It never matters that I turn this on, right? Like, we always over talk.
It's okay.
It don't matter. I get an email at work that Fox and Disney, done. Fox and Disney is official. They are merged. What are your feelings on that?
Where's the X-Men and Avengers
and the Fantastic Four and all of these things that are coming through? Which
Silver Surfer,
which will be great. Namor, they didn't have Namor because they sold that to Fox when they did the first sale. Poor Stan Lee, trying to make money because Marvel was about to die, did all this crazy business where he was like, "Yo,
I'll sell you some characters.
Yeah, like whatever you want, please take it. I'll kill you.
Help me."
And crazy, but he gave away all these characters, and isn't it funny that none of those characters ever saved Marvel? The first character to save Marvel was Blade, monetarily, because that's when they were selling everything, and they made that Blade movie with Wesley Snipes, ton of money, kind of saved them, and then those X-Men movies started coming out. By that time, Marvel was already being sold. I don't remember who originally bought Marvel at a certain point, or I don't know if I'm getting my facts straight, and I'm sorry. I'm probably going to have a big old like wah, wah, wah on the screen as I do every time I fuck up.
We're shooting off a hit.
But I know that by the time Disney bought Marvel, they had already made all these deals. They were done. And Disney is what ultimately saved Marvel because they were really fucked for money.
It's the direction they took them.
Right. You gotta get that mic close to your mouth, bro.
Yes, sir.
because, I can barely hear
Hello.
you. Yeah, there you go. Put some bass in that voice.
Yes.
Bass. How low can you go?
Go.
Death Row, what a brother knows.
Yes.
Once again, he's the incredible, the unstoppable, the rhyme animal, public enemy number one. Police say freeze, and I got numb. Yeah, I forgot the rest. It's all rapping for your ass. All rapping for your ass, because I'm old. Anyways.
The top of the head.
So, this is... your feelings are very positive. You want all these things to merge. You want Marvel to stay together. I don't have a problem with that because, honestly, it's all Marvel. It should stay together. What I do have a problem with, as far as this is concerned, is how everything is going to be one flavor. It's going to be a Kevin Feige flavor.
Okay.
Everything. Now...
is it a bad flavor, though?
It's not, but there's no...
It could get too much.
It's just the same flavor. It's...
I mean, they said he did say, and sorry to cut you off, he did say that he wasn't going to touch Deadpool. Like, they were going to...
No, of course not, because it's making more money than they're going to make with it. But, look... I think, ultimately, the problem that I have with this is when Chipotle came out, you love Chipotle.
Yeah.
But Chipotle tastes like Chipotle.
All the time.
It only tastes like Chipotle.
It always tastes like Chipotle.
And only tastes like Chipotle.
And only tastes like Chipotle.
So even if you change the meat, it changed like Chipotle with a different kind of meat.
Yep.
All right.
Tastes like chicken from Chipotle, pork from Chipotle.
Everything is the same seasoning. So while the Fantastic Four had never made a good movie,
Ever.
and while X-Men, out of all of the movies that they made, you can probably say has 4 good movies. And they have, like, how many movies do the X-Men have? X-Men X2, Last Stand, then you have First Class, Apocalypse, this movie, which is getting really horrible reviews from the inside.
I feel like they only have 2 good movies.
X2 and
the
First Class.
Yeah.
And possibly true. I mean, possibly, yeah, you're probably absolutely 100% right. All of those Wolverine movies have, like, of all of the Wolverine movies, there's only one good Wolverine movie.
Logan.
That's it. So, I mean...
And it doesn't have that universe's taste.
No, but what I'm getting at is, yes, they're not making good movies. And you could argue the same thing with Spider-Man, too. But...
oh, yeah, word.
They had their own flavor, is all I'm saying. They had their own flavor because they had people that didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So now if every movie's good, not that I want a movie to hate, it's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is...
we just would like a different perspective.
But something, you know, one of the things that I always said about the last Fantastic Four movie, even though it was a fucking disaster, was when I saw that trailer, it had a different feel. It felt almost like 2001 Space Odyssey. It felt almost like the first Alien movie, like Alien. It had this feel of old 80s, 70s, 80s science fiction. More like 70s science fiction, more like. Where it was about the science of the thing. And it kind of had the idealism of the origin of the Fantastic Four from the 60s when the atomic age was everything that created every superhero, with a 70s look that made it greedy and dirty and everything was dark. And I really like that flavor it could have been. I'm quite positive. I actually am willing to bet cash money that what Trank was trying to do was that movie. And it feels like the studio came in halfway through that movie and was like, where the fuck is Doctor Doom? Where are the explosions? Where's the fighting? Where are these Fantastic Four? And I think Trank was trying to tell that intimate story with the Fantastic Four. That I don't know if it would have been the right flavor for it, but it was definitely a good flavor. I don't know if it would have been right for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting, I don't know.
It's like you were trying to do, but not today.
Right? It's like pussy. It's like pussy. It's like putting. It's like putting chicken. It's like I'm sorry. It's like putting chicken seasoning on fish.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it may taste good with the chicken.
Yeah.
But on the fish, it's a little off.
Yeah.
But you might still eat it.
Exactly, because it's not horrible.
Right. So I don't know that it was a bad approach. All I'm saying is it was a different approach. And now everything under Marvel is going to have that same Marvel flavor. I'm a little scared of that because now we have 2 flavors. And 2 flavors alone.
Yeah.
The DC silly flavor that they've been going with.
They don't know themselves. That's the...
I mean, basically, DC has 2 flavors right now. As of everything that's going forward, they actually only have 3 flavors. Super fun, which is almost childish, super fun. Super dramatic, which is what the Justice League was. And I don't know, like even had operatic, which is what Wonder Woman, inspiring maybe is the best word for it. Like inspiring operatic Wonder Woman flavor. So they have 3 flavors within their own company. And here comes Marvel that only has the Marvel flavor on everything. And look, maybe I'm somewhat wrong in that, for example, the Captain America movies have all of these twists in storytelling. The first Captain America felt like a kind of movie that just felt like almost Iron Man flavor. The second movie was like a spy movie. It was so much fun, dude. Out of all of the Marvel movies, the second Captain America is probably my favorite movie. Out of all of them.
Yeah.
Because that shit, that was like Jason Bourne with a shield, my son. That motherfucker is jumping on top of a fucking plane and being like, motherfucker, I'm going to kill you.
I did see that shit like 5-6 times.
Yeah.
That was good. I like Thor Ragnarok, though.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok, but
holy crap.
Yeah, but I mean, even though, yes, they do have different flavors within.
And not to cut you off, but that's what I understand what you're coming from, but I'm not afraid because I feel like Marvel listens, man. Marvel actually listens to the audience, and if it gets a little redundant, I feel like they will make the
but I don't know that
within themselves.
You know, I said this last week. I don't know that Marvel listens to the audience. I think Marvel is really good at looking at the final product and be like, all right, we did that. This is what we need to fix about that. And I don't know that they're really fixing it right, but I know that they're fixing something. Because then something else becomes wrong in it. And then they can be like, all right, we did that, now let's fix this part of it. And it keeps you moving, so like it's very enjoyable. Look, I have no problems with any Marvel movie, except probably... No, actually, that's not true. I even like The Dark World. I might be the only person that likes The Dark World. But I even like that movie. I think it was dark enough and it was operatic enough that it made me feel like I want this out of a Thor movie. He's supposed to be the Shakespearean character. I like that.
I didn't necessarily hate it.
No, but it wasn't good. But it wasn't. I didn't hate, and that's my point. Like I watch it all the time. Every once in a while, I watch all the movies in a row so that I can get like the whole big story out of it. Especially when I'm prepping for another movie coming out. I have no problem. Like the only movie that I would probably skip out of all of them would probably be not even like Incredible Hulk was probably the one that I hit skip on.
Bro, I don't even think about that.
Yeah, but it's part of the equation.
Yeah, I'll watch an overview. Like a highlights. Give me the highlights of it.
Well, what I'm getting at is that
honestly,
you can tell actually when you're watching them all in a row. All of them. Even though there's movies that go in time,
of course, yeah.
You know, not in, that they all have that Marvel flavor, except actually for the Incredible Hulk. Because it's like a Universal movie. So that's the only one that doesn't have that same flavor.
Keep that one, though. Return that. Return to sender, please.
Not even with Tim Roth, bro? You don't care? Damn.
No. And there's actually quite a few movies, honestly, that I wouldn't just go back to be complete. Like I have off the top of my head, probably wouldn't watch Black Panther again. Wouldn't watch Captain America again. Wouldn't watch not Captain America, I'm sorry. Captain Marvel. Wouldn't watch the first Iron Man.
Really, dude?
Yeah. I really like Iron Man too, bro.
You the only one, B.
I think I'm weird in that, bro. Honestly, I really like Iron Man 2.
I mean, I don't hate Iron Man 2. I really don't. It's just...
Like Iron Man 1, like, you know, probably... And I'm honestly, an Iron Man 1 is not because I don't like it. It's because I'm fatigued.
You've been seeing it like you've seen it too many times.
Yeah, I watched it a lot.
I don't know. I feel
And
that
that's just off the top of my head.
I got you. I feel that
The
maybe.
I just had to throw it out there.
Yeah. There's the Hulk. Just make sure.
Yeah.
I
Those
don't.
are actually bad. The other ones, they're just not.
No, but I don't think the
Replay-
Hulk is bad.
The replay value. That's to me. That's what I
That's what you're looking to.
Yes, that's what makes a movie good to me. Like, can I, like, if I can pay for it, then it's like a 9. Like, if I would pay for it right away,
Like let me go to the movies again to see
exactly,
it.
tomorrow to go see it, then okay. But if I was like, yo, shit, I can't wait for this to come out, then that's not a bad movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like,
got you.
replay value.
Yeah, and you're absolutely correct. And you know what? Like the first Captain America to me has very little replay value because I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my problem with that first Captain America movie is that even though he has the origin of Steve Rogers, which I love, and he has the World War II thing, which I love, I feel like there's something I can't suspend disbelief that Hydra got so big within the Nazi ranks, and they didn't realize that it was getting that big and out of control. Like I just find like that's stupid. And I just feel like, all right, okay, Hydra, calm the fucking down. But anyways, that's not the point of this whole conversation. The point of this the entire conversation is this merger really takes away some sort of uniqueness about feeling or look that companies might like to have in their movies because they're all gonna feel like a Marvel movie production. And even Spider-Man is suffering from that because Sony really gave them the reins to do that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already like it already fell into that thing because they were like, oh, you're gonna make us too much money, so we don't want to put it down. I don't know.
And another fear, and we were talking about this like on the side, is now that they have this universe and they have all of these characters, basically all this power, they're gonna be releasing a lot of shit. And not for nothing, it's Disney. Yeah. Marketing, they're gonna be squashing a lot of other releases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that goes into our second point.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about something that I was telling Hansel when I first made my list, because we kind of we each make kind of a list, and then we pick what we're going to talk about from both lists to some degree. Because I'm saying to some degree because last week's list was entirely yours. I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect.
Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. I was telling Hansel because what's the movie that we were talking about? Something State that just came out. Captive State came out and looks interesting as fuck.
It does, yo.
It really looks like a movie that you want to watch, but nobody went to fucking see it. And I was trying to tell Hansel, do you think people's patience with sci-fi? So in the 80s, there was a lot of action sci-fi, a ton. You had Aliens, you had Terminator, you had Predator, you had anything with Arnold. And it didn't matter. Yeah, anything with Arnold, The Running Man. Yeah, The Running Man, Total Recall. All of these movies were really coming out like in a 5-year period. Like all of them, boom, boom, boom. But you have things like Ghostbusters. There was a lot of flavors to, which seems to be the theme for me tonight. Flavor. They had a lot of flavors in different kind of science fiction or fantasy or I don't know, like nerd stuff, like if you would call it that now. I think that's what you would call it now, like the nerd movie thing. And I think it's not fatigue at all. I think it's patience. I think people are losing patience for nerdy shit, so that if it's not a Marvel movie or a comic book movie more specifically, because it doesn't matter which company. It's just a comic book movie.
Comic book movie or manga or something like.
But even manga, well, yeah, because the Dragon Ball movie made a ton of money, but Dragon Ball has inherited watchers that they've been coming. I mean, the first Dragon Ball was from like 1983, So like I watched Dragon Ball as a kid, you know, and I'm 41. So like there's people like me that would be like, yeah, and I didn't watch that movie because I've been kind of lost on Dragon Ball lately. But yeah, they have a following that's already being cultivated. But I think I wouldn't give manga a big pointer because Dragon Ball doesn't represent all the manga that comes out. I think there's a lot of manga that comes out that falls by the wayside constantly, and it looks beautiful. It's from amazing directors. It's great stories that some people may know, and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they did this into a movie." But I think if it's not a comic book movie, there's not a lot of approach to watch, and I'm curious and actually afraid that comic book movies are creating
Or monopolize
an absolute monopoly on
the viewership, basically.
of nerd viewership.
Yeah.
So that movies like Captive State, which should have been, I mean, and that's sort of like Cloverfield to some degree, I suppose, because there's aliens that take over, and then they're like, oh, like, you know, like people are like enslaved or whatever it is. I don't know, dude. I feel like I feel like everybody's missing out on stuff because unless he has Marvel or DC in the front of it.
Yeah, people are just choosing that. I mean, I'm definitely one of those. I like when it comes to movies, not much like with shows. But when it comes to movies, yeah, I tend to go. But now, is that a marketing thing? Now, do you think it's just marketing better?
Well, I think possibly it's it's possible that it is not necessarily marketing, but push from all companies, because Hollywood usually, if we make a movie about podcasting and it made $3 billion, there will be 7,892,000 movies about podcasting. So I think there is an approach that's coming from what Hollywood is doing generally. They're not giving you enough mix for you to go somewhere else, I don't think. Even though I would consider Mad Max a different flavor of science fiction, but Mad Max didn't get Avengers money. And Mad Max is also an 80s movie that has inherited, you know, followers.
Yes.
And I think I was mentioning to you too that I think the following thing that's going to get explosively big, it's going to be possibly the live action manga, because everybody seems to be pushing that way. Just in the last 2 weeks, we talked about like 5 different things.
That's ridiculous.
There's Cowboy Bebop. There's One Piece. Sorry, I almost said One Note.
We talked about Death Note.
But they did do Death Note.
Exactly.
They're gonna do Robotech.
We did, and shit, and look, even Alita you can throw in there.
And Alita is a manga, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but look how Alita failed, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Alita was a bad movie, but there's been bad movies that make a ton of money, because all of those DC movies that Snyder was doing, they all made a ton of fucking money because they're from the big two, huh?
Got juked. And nobody told the homies, yo, don't come.
No, man, but it didn't matter that you told me not to come, because I had to see it myself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like that anyway. So
no. But what I'm saying is, because the example that you're giving, it didn't count because people wanted to see it themselves, because they have.
I mean, finally,
Marvel has created this kind of environment where, like, oh, I'm gonna go see it. I don't care what you say.
Perfect example, though. That was actually a very good transition into what I was thinking. Maybe them monopolizing all this attention might be their downfall, bro. That it's all one flavor. That, you know what I mean? Like and I'm talking about in the long run. A very long run.
Yeah. I mean, they've done 10 years nonstop, right?
Because honestly, just off the top of the head with that merger, bro, people are gonna go see X-Men versus Avengers. That's
but even
people are gonna see Spider-Man with X-Men. You know
forget X-Men and just X-Men.
Yeah, you go.
Like, nobody cares that X-Men is going to marry anybody else. Everybody cares that X-Men is coming to Marvel. All those X-Men movies have been making money. They don't make Avengers money once again. But
they make money,
now the conversation from anyone, because what's happened is the language has changed so much. Anyone that understands that we have an X-Men movie now, and that X-Men is owned by Marvel, everybody understands that. Everybody understands that X-Men was not a mom and dad's house.
Yeah.
And now they're coming to mom and dad's house. How much better is it going to get? Excuse me. And I don't know that that's the proper approach because I don't know what they're going to do. How do you know that they're not fatigued of making fucking movies?
They're not.
You don't know that.
They're not.
They're not. As long as they're making money, bro.
They're not. Why? Why would they stop? Like, why would they? Especially after acquiring these fucking characters, bro. Just those two movies, just the three, the X-Men by themselves, X-Men with Spider-Man, and then X-Men Avengers.
Yeah, and even Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, no, but no, I'm not even. I'm just saying those are just three, like, you know.
That's a three like billion dollar ideas right there.
Exactly.
Right.
Those are guaranteed.
X-Men with Deadpool, like, because now they have the money for that shit. Of course.
Wolverine, Cable, and Deadpool.
You're running around doing whatever you want, bro.
Oh my god, I'm having like a nerdgasm just thinking about it, bro.
But, well, maybe, man. I mean, you know.
Bro, I'm so excited for the Silver Surfer because people don't know how dope he is, man.
And now that you have Thanos or Thanos, however you want to call him, now you can have what's his name? Galactus be proper. And now that you're gonna bring in the Fantastic Four, then you can actually legit have Galactus come through,
bro.
I don't know. Look, I'm not angry about this. I don't want anybody to think that I'm hating the idea.
It's something to be worried about, though.
Yeah, but I just feel like this is how you bring out downfall. This is why the Western fell, because there's too many goddamn Westerns all looking the same at the same time. And then you needed some Italians to make Westerns in a completely different flavor. And that's not what I want to happen to the comic book movie. But I also don't want us as people that like science fiction, that like adventure, to just fixate just on this Marvel shit.
That's the point of this topic.
Yeah, because I feel that we can bring in everything to come up and be good. Dude, there's a Dune movie being made now or soon. At least they've told you everybody that's going to be in it. And I don't know that if you know Dune at all.
No, Dune.
But
no Dune.
Dune is a book by Frank Herbert.
I know it's a book
from the 60s about. Well, it's my favorite book, so I can tell you what it is about for me. It's really about kind of kind of like
Mad Max-ish?
16th century politics put in space. It's basically what it is. So you have all these people, so you have a planet that makes the drug that everybody uses, and you have a duke that's there. They take him out, put another duke in to take power, and he's really, because the emperor is like, I don't like that motherfucker. He's too goody two shoes, so we gotta fucking end him. So imagine like I'm goody two shoes, and you're the guy that rules this house, and somebody's like, yo, you got evicted, bring me in so that you can kill me, kind of thing. And what his son does. So there's all of these things. I'm not going to get into it because it's very complex, but there's a movie from the 80s that probably only I love. I mean, it's a very cult classic movie.
Yeah. My boy Hong
because it wasn't necessarily good, but I actually love everything about that movie. And they're remaking this movie, and they're remaking it right, but it makes me fear that nobody's going to go see this movie because I don't know. I mean, and you're right. I don't know that it's necessarily Marvel. You're right. It's Disney because everybody sees those Star Wars movies. But again, once again, Star Wars comes with inherited fans that come from 45
people go to see it just to hate on it.
Yeah, but inherited fans that 42 years of watching Star Wars. You know what I mean? Yep. So it doesn't matter if you make shit; they're gonna go see it. It's the point.
Exactly.
And I don't know that I don't know that hold on, because I'm remembering some more shit. I gotta write it down. That counts, Star Wars. But I'm afraid that something like Dune, which I'm very excited for and hopefully will be very good, it's only gonna be a movie that only makes like, let's say,
120.
yeah, like $200 million, and that's no longer a hit. $200 million is not a hit when this movie making 800, 900 million.
And you're not really necessarily concerned about it getting its recognition from awards. It's more like getting recognition from the culture, from the nerd culture. Like, people go to watch it, go see it.
But that's my thing. I'm sorry that I keep looking back, my peoples. Whichever camera you're looking at me through, we keep looking at the computer because last week we lost like a 20-minute conversation. Yes. And the more excited I'm getting, the more I'm like, please don't stop.
Please.
I'm hoping that we can have a good outing of more science fiction stuff. I'm hoping that we can have a good outing of fantasy stuff. I know Game of Thrones is holding the world by the balls on television, and now we're getting,
It's okay because it's gonna end.
Yeah, but now we're getting prequels for it. We're getting a Lord of the Rings prequel.
It's gonna be a little bit.
And I hope, fantasy is an old flavor too. So like, I don't know that people are up for it. Game of Thrones has its own look of fantasy, but Lord of the Rings is the father of modern like J.R.R. Tolkien is the father of all modern fantasy, all of it. Even Game of Thrones owns everything it does to Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings is PG, and it's always been PG. Maybe PG-13 because there's violence, but that's all it's always been. Game of Thrones is fucking rated X, dude.
Yeah.
There's dick and tits all day.
Everywhere.
You be talking to be a dick just hit you in the face. But like, you know why?
Fluffy penises, fluffy penises, fluffy penises.
Penis, 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 penis. So yeah, man, I'm hoping that we get a good outing for other stuff, and maybe this movie doesn't deserve a good outing because I haven't heard anything about it, and I'm gonna go see it. But maybe the other side of that coin to end this now is maybe the problem is not so much Marvel, that Marvel is doing it right. Maybe everybody else is not doing it right for their brand. And
step y'all game up.
Yeah, man.
That's what we're saying. We want to see different shit, but it gotta be good.
Yeah, man.
These movies are expensive unless you're an AMC stub holder.
Woo!
3 times a week. AMC, holla at a kid.
Holla at me, AMC. All right, let's move on to this Google thing you were talking to me about.
So Stadia.
Yeah.
Google had just announced that they let a few people play, I think like last year, but they're gonna be like really pushing forward basically a gaming platform where you can play whatever game they have on that platform. You know, they were playing Assassin's Creed, whatever latest Assassin's Creed it was, but using, and the cool part is it's not the games or whatever, it's the fact that you can use it in any Google Chrome browser.
So I can play on my Apple computer.
You can play on your
as long as it's on Google Chrome.
Exactly. Yes. Now I was talking to my boy Hong. Shout out boy Hong. He's like a computer engineer. He was like that a lot of that shit is not gonna be up anytime soon. Like he can't see it, like unless they know something in there. You know what I mean? But it's Google. But the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because what is that gonna do to the console?
Like, true. Why would I need a console? Why?
If I could play,
I can just get a supercomputer and just keep playing all day.
Exactly.
Shit. However, can I ask you, do people, when I was 7 or 8.
No, not to cut you off. And they also have a remote that comes with it.
when I was 7 or 8, maybe younger than that, maybe, but I think I was about 7 or 8. Nintendo came out. Now I had played it with Atari. People had seen Atari. There were arcades, of course, but Nintendo came out. After Nintendo came out, the NES, everything changed. Everything, everything changed. We went from dreaming of having this many GI Joes or these GI Joes that I was missing. Every kid went from that to dreaming about playing Zelda. Every kid went through that. And I know that we've talked before about playability and toys with your generation, with the generation under us. My nephew is 8, 9. My nephew's 9. He doesn't play with toys.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
No, I was playing with toys until I was like fucking 13, dude.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So what I'm getting at with this is there was a time where people were excited when PlayStation 2 came out. I remember everybody fucking lost their shit because PlayStation was the biggest thing in the world, and PlayStation 2 came out and it was like, what the fuck?
Still the most sold console.
Yeah, and no equal to, there's nothing equal to PS2, dude. Nothing.
At that time, yep.
And PS3 came out, and PS3 is the console that has the most fucking games. There were games on PS3 about drinking water. Like, I don't care what you thought about, there was a game on PS3. I'm telling you, dude. It was crazy. And then PS4 came out now, and then people are cross-platform playing and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's changed because it changed from being excited about the console to being excited about the game. And once you take the once you take the focus of the console, who cares what you have? Who cares what's coming out? Who cares if a PlayStation 10 comes out?
Now, do you think they fucked up with that cross-platforming thing?
I just think it's the evolution.
I mean, it was the amount of time.
It's the evolution of the business, so it wouldn't matter.
You know what's a very interesting point? I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and I was telling her, I was like, couch play games are really a thing of the past, yo. Like, you know what I mean by couch play? Like, me and you campaign right next to each other, not online.
No.
Like, you're right next to each other. I fart, you smell it. You fart, I smell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Because why? Because the point that they were trying to make is, see, this is all following one line. The first line was that they wanted you to play the video game. Okay, great. Now the video game became a boom and they didn't expect it, or they did. I don't know. I was too young. I can't retrospectively think about that. I think they knew what they had and they blew it up and they were like, "Yo, we it." Then it became that. It became I play Super Mario with you, and when I die, then you play with Luigi, and then when you die, I play with Super Mario and start to see who gets the furthest quickest or whatever. I think ultimately what they wanted was, instead of me going to your house to play Super Mario, I want you and me to each have, they wanted you and me each to have Super Mario.
To buy it.
To buy the machine, to buy the game, and to be able to play the same way.
Yeah, they doubling up.
Yeah, and now
I just thought about that shit.
Yeah, of course, and then
for years,
and then getting to the point. I mean, GoldenEye was the shit, but GoldenEye you got 4 people shooting at each other. That was the shit.
GoldenEye. I probably played GoldenEye with. That was the most time I played a multiplayer game, bro. Like,
right.
Breaking nights, like 2-3 days in a row, bro.
GoldenEye was the shit. But then you get Mario Kart. And then you get Mario Kart, you kind of get the same thing. It's not as explosive because Mario Kart is fun if you high or drunk. And you're both. If you're both, you're having triple the fun. But what I'm getting at is that shareability stop being about you coming to my house, start being about each of us being able to play with 17 more people. Halo. Like playing a Halo adventure with 72 people.
Remember LAN parties?
I never played Halo, so no.
Well, no, not even well. Like even with I don't know. We just bring my PS. Like it was SOCOM. We would do that a lot. I don't know if you ever played SOCOM. I'd bring my PS over to my boy's house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he got an extra TV.
Yeah, you plug in.
Split the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
Wi-Fi. Split the thing. Right next to each other.
Hook it up. Let's go. Right. And we were playing full screen. So that now is becoming the next logical step, which is I don't care what platform you have. It's not about a platform. It's right back to the game because it's being about the game forever now. So why do I need? So now I have a Grand Theft Auto 42.
So much fucking sense.
Yeah, I got Grand Theft Auto 42. I don't even need a console. That shit is on my phone. As long as I have the fucking controller, I'm on the phone shooting that shit to my TV. Yo, my brother, and being like, you goddamn right, just like that, bro. And so why doesn't it make sense? And why isn't Google jumping on it right off the bat?
Wow. That's why, think about it, too. They've been setting up fiber optics in every major city, every little corner and nook everywhere, bro. When that shit really kicks up, oh my God.
Yeah, bro. And then they're ahead, if you're hearing about it, they so ahead of the curve.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
this is what they're letting us.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, it's only logical. I didn't know that was happening, but it only makes perfect sense to me. Look, I only play Cracksmith on my thing, which is the game where you jack your real guitar up to the game, and then you buy a ton of songs and you play the proper song. And I don't know that that's even. I mean, I'm not really. I mean, yes, I played Red Dead, so I'm kind of a gamer, but I don't have
the Division.
It's not. Yeah, but I mean, I don't have the patience. For example, I played Grand Theft Auto 5 and I didn't even finish it. Like I don't have the patience to be like, all right, let me do this. I can't. As much as I liked this new Red Dead. Every time I had to eat and cook and do shit, I was like, I just want to play the fucking mission. But I was so invested in the mission that I would do it. I would stop. I would make food. I would clean my horse. Make sure that my horse was fucking legit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Thunder. What?
I call mine Summer Love.
Shout out to Thunder. She got me everywhere. Thunder, I went up to the icy mountains. I got myself a white Arabian. I tamed it. Woo, baby.
Haven't got it yet.
I got my white Arabian. Her name, Thunder. Don't be fucking around. Thunder will kick you in the face.
No, she will. She will.
But I don't know. It's just the natural progression of things, and I think that that's exactly what it is. And so I don't know what to tell you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean,
they should be worried though. That's the last thing I'm gonna say about this. That they should be worried. Consoles should be worried.
No, because what's gonna happen is all of those guys are gonna start saying, "All right, we're selling you this extra shit, or that we're gonna do a version of that which is on your phone." It doesn't matter; it's multi-platform. It doesn't matter as long as you buy the app. But you need to buy the app to play this game.
They're gonna gather up. Microsoft and Sony gonna be like, "Yo, bro, it's about that time."
Yeah, man.
It's a button. I'm telling you, it's a button.
I mean, and look at fuck, what's the name of this game? Where you shoot everybody?
It's Call of Duty.
No, it's the new one. Everybody plays it.
Not sure. Oh,
what they do the dances?
Fortnite.
Look at Fortnite. Fortnite is exactly a game where you can be on the computer. I can be on my PlayStation.
Tablet. I have it on my tablet.
Yo, you on your tablet? I'm on my PlayStation, and my nephew's on his Xbox.
It's so much fun on the tablet, bro, because they have auto shoot. I don't know if people know that. I just be pointing in y'all direction. If I happen to kill y'all, I should be happy. But most of the time, I escape. I'm
not a fighter.
No, I'm a fighter, but just I'm a pussy.
Got you.
I'm trying to catch you from behind. My aim not good.
Well, and I think they've already been swimming in those waters. They want to make it all compatible to one another. They want you to just pay them the monthly fucking online thing and move on with it. That's all they want. That's all they want from you. You think they sell that console once, dude,
Google's gonna sell.
and it gets cheaper. You buy that console once and it gets cheaper. They rather you pay for a monthly online
Google's
fucking
gonna start ramping up their computers and desktops. Watch.
yeah.
Watch.
Well, the last subject I have here again is trailers. We've been talking a lot about trailers, but I think we're gonna leave that for. I'm gonna talk about two things. I'm gonna talk about Star Wars, and that just popped into my brain. So I'm sorry I didn't bring it up to you before, but let's get and then we can finish up with trailers, because there's a lot of trailers to talk about again today. First off, Star Wars, The Mandalorian, which is the live action series that happens right after Episode 6, is with Pedro Pascal is playing the Mandalorian, done shooting officially. So I think they prepping, and it's all supposed to come out this year.
Really?
Yeah. So I think they're like, come on, buddy. But something very, very interesting that I heard that I think is the truth of it is that instead of making a ton of movies, Disney is hoping to make just like The Mandalorian, which is not going to be like 12 episodes. It's going to be, I think it's like 6 episodes, I think. They're going to be making anthologies. So they're going to make The Mandalorian, then they're going to make Obi-Wan, then they're going to make, and I'm sure they're going to call it something, like Star Wars Stories presents The Mandalorian. Star Wars Stories presents Obi-Wan Kenobi. Star Wars Stories present young Yoda. Whatever the case, whatever the fuck they're going to do.
That'd be fire.
And I thought that was the smartest fucking thing they could have done, because movies are dumb right now. Because movies, you get more subscribers, you get more money by subscribers by doing something like this. That if every year you give me 1 or 2 series, so like The Mandalorian's done, by the time that Mandalorian is coming out, you start shooting Obi-Wan. So 3 months, 4 months after Mandalorian is finished, you give me an Obi-Wan
I'd like
miniseries.
to see a Sith one too. I like them to go
Anything, but they can go in any route they want. They can do the Old Republic. All of these movies that everybody been claiming for.
Yo.
Oh, I want an Old Republic movie. Yeah, you get an Old Republic miniseries.
And what if all of that is coming to the Disney streaming service?
Yeah, that's exactly my point. That's exactly why I'm saying. Why would you make movies?
How would you make a movie when you can charge a motherfucker every month
for
something you're really only going to be dropping so often a year? And then because most of the stuff is going to be backstock because you have backstock.
And so you get a story told in 6 hours, a 6-hour movie of whomever, of whatever. And then
I love. Sorry to cut you. I love miniseries, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
I love one and done.
Yeah, man. And even better than one and done. You do The Mandalorian now and you tell the one story about whatever the fuck he's doing. All right. So 3 years down the line, you give me another Mandalorian story.
Django.
Whatever you want. But that's even better. What if The Mandalorian is about all the Mandalorians? You're right. Maybe there's a Boba Fett story then between there. Mandalorian season 2, motherfucking Boba Fett over here shooting motherfuckers in the face. And what? What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Watch it, bruh. Come on.
Damn.
Come on, bro.
That was a good one.
Come on.
Damn. I'm excited.
So Disney's doing some things right, and
Yes.
I think that long version storytelling,
They need. I really hope they adopt. I really hope, because we don't know anything, but I really hope that's the blueprint. I hope it does well. And that's
I mean, and I only heard this as a rumor that they're gonna do, and not a rumor, but like a thing that like people are saying like, oh, this is how it's gonna go. That Obi-Wan movie that was supposed to come out is now gonna be a 6-hour movie for all intents and purposes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take that shit.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Me too.
You give me 1 episode a week, bro. Yeah, I'll drink it up. I'll drink it the fuck
If
up.
they do scheduled TV and because you have to, because for a streaming service you have to drop certain things like binge. But if they can do scheduled, they can get the they gonna fuck the game up.
Yeah, I don't know that they're gonna do the weekly thing because that's what Star Trek has been doing on the CBS app, and I don't think Star Trek is getting as much sauce as they would want. The CBS app is not getting as much sauce as they want.
Star Trek, is gonna be a lot of episodes. This is like almost an event because it's so short.
That's right.
It's so short. If you miss it, you're gonna hear about it and you're gonna know everything. You feel what I'm saying? So it's an event, bro.
So it's almost better to do it weekly.
Yes,
because it's so little.
It's so little. It's so little, nigga. Think about it. 6 hours. That's just not even a shift at work. You could watch that like that if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Please do it weekly. Do it weekly. Yo.
Do it, Disney. We order you.
Yes.
Do we have that power?
Maybe.
We order you as fans.
God damn it.
So let's jump into to close up. It's not a fifth subject, but just conversationally, there's some trailers that came out. We had Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is more of a teaser, I would say. It's not a trailer. It's about a minute and a half.
Yeah, and it's actually straight kind of scene in a way.
Right, and DiCaprio motherfucking killing it.
Brad Pitt
motherfucking killing it. Just in that little teaser, they're killing it.
Literally killing it. Like, it's not hype. It's like literally like, wow, holy shit.
What just happened, bro?
Yes.
I just saw.
I hope there's more of this. I hope there's more of this.
If this is the movie, I'm fucking... I was sold regardless. But just that whole, the nicely filmed by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, they're awesome,
bro. Come on, bro.
God, that's good marketing, bro.
Because he's only doing 10?
Yeah.
He's only doing 10? Are you hearing that? That's the shower.
Bro.
So for you listening out there, and for you guys viewing, that's the shower. Somebody taking a shower is probably my nephew. Too much info? TMI?
Oh, no. It was just... I was just thinking, like, man, I really want to see that movie, honestly.
Yeah. I'm so down. Stranger Things trailer for season 3.
It's more things than it is stranger.
It is more things than it is strangers. I felt... When I heard the news that there was a trailer for season 3, this was my first reaction. Just heard it. Actually, I didn't hear it. Something popped up on my screen because my computer was on and all of my shit is connected because that's how they track you. And they said, hey, new trailer for Stranger Things. Before I even hit play, I was like, do I still care about Stranger Things? Do I really care about it anymore? Not really. What am I going to get? A bunch of images that remind me of my childhood and whatever. Who gives a fuck? And then 4 hours later, I hit play and I fucking came in my pants. It was so good. I shouldn't have said I came in my pants because it's a bunch of little kids. I got very excited because it was so good.
Yes, great plot.
Not sexually excited.
Yes.
Just help me out, Hanz.
Happy.
Thank you. Thank you. That is yes, that's the word I was looking for. Happy.
Yes.
So fun.
I was like, yes, okay. I'm happy they're going through real world problems and stuff like that. It's not other dimensional problems. And then boom, a monster came out. I'm like, oh shit.
Yo, there's still going on.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
There's some strange things.
They're still strange. Okay. I'm like, this is more things. But I was cool with things. Honestly, I was really cool. I'm like, yes, I want to see them enjoy life. I want to see honestly up. Because I'm invested in the kids themselves. So if this is the last one, I'm cool.
Is it supposed to be the last one?
They don't know. They're not set on their own. But the writer and the writer, the producer, the director, they're all on board. They're like, we're not trying to drag this shit out.
That's smart.
That they're on board with that. They're adamant about that. But they don't know if they're doing 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? But they're not trying to drag it out.
I had an idea to bring this back to me because I'm very important. No. That's not why. But I had this idea for a TV show a while back, and I was talking to my friend who's a writer, and I was like, dude, this is what I want. This is the story, but I want it to be 3 seasons, no more. And it's because it was criminal activity, and I was like, no criminal doing this kind of activity
Couldn't
should
survive.
survive more than 2-3 years. So it shouldn't make any sense that they get past this. And he was like, fucking genius. That's all he said. I never wrote it. We never talked about it.
And that was all.
That was the end of the story. I'm glad you guys
end.
enjoyed it. That's why I'm famous now.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Well, I'm still alive. I can still write it, bro. Stop laughing. I'm still alive. I can do it. What other trailers do we have? Because we saw those 2. There's another one we want to talk about, right?
Freaking didn't Endgame come out after we?
Oh, yeah. That we didn't talk about the Avengers trailer. And I have another one. And let me write this down, too, because I want to talk about the... that's another trailer I want to talk about. Endgame. So we record on Wednesdays, and I edit on Thursdays. And on Thursday there was Endgame.
Literally,
Endgame
that's crazy.
trailer.
'Cause we were talking, and one of the subjects was like, they haven't gave us a trailer. Like,
Yeah.
is it, and we're talking like, no, they're keeping stuff because blah blah blah, and post credits and all the blah, and then boom, the next day,
Yeah, but
literally,
notice it was interesting. Notice they still didn't show you shit.
nothing at all. It's literally and
they did show you them with the uniforms, like the space uniforms.
yeah. I think those are the quantum realm uniforms. I think
That's what I think it is too. Yeah.
But damn, that many people. Like, that's one of them annoying things. Like, yo, y'all want to come to the store? Yeah. Everybody want to. If y'all would have told me, oh, y'all were coming to the store, I would have stood.
Yeah.
I would have stood
I
to
would
press the
just
button.
give you the money and you could buy it from me.
Press
Shit.
the button so y'all could come back. The motherfucker's been stuck there. It's kind of hero I am.
Yep.
But they said also that the trailer was literally based on the first 15 minutes of the movie, so.
There you go. I find it that what we said last week, how they're not trying to give you nothing.
That's still
so you get
standing
it
true.
still stands true. They don't give you enough. We still don't know if those are quantum. I mean, I don't know.
We don't know for sure.
I don't know.
We don't even know if they're gonna use that shot because the Hulk was in there, and now I have a theory. That Hulk shot, that's still a shot. That is a shot when they go back.
Oh.
And also the end of Avengers Infinity Wars. The end, the last scene.
Yeah.
I believe that is the end of Endgame.
Oh, so that he bounces back and he's like, boom, here it is.
Exactly, because remember, Thanos doesn't go to that planet after killing everybody. Thanos goes to that planet after he gets defeated. After he gets defeated, he goes and he hangs his thing, and he's a farmer. He's okay with being. Remember, people don't understand that they really don't beat up Thanos. They kind of like talk to the motherfucker, like they you know what I mean? They're like, yo, because. So that's what I think.
That's very smart. That's a very smart point.
And I honestly, I didn't hear that from no other channel or anything. That's just something. And I said that shit because after this is the kind of person I am. I never read Infinity Wars. Literally, after I watched the movie, the next day, read the whole entire thing. Literally, we just sat there and
welcome to 1986, motherfucker.
And not even like read through it fast. No, I sat there and burned and like went through it, zoomed in. Oh, this is not me. Enjoyed it. So that's I was like, oh, that's the end of
what happens
exactly.
afterwards. And I mean, assuming because we don't know that they didn't. I mean, there's a possibility that they completely changed the story because everybody knows how it ended in the comic book. Mm-hmm. So there's a chance that they might change the whole thing. And speaking of trailers that we saw the day after, when I was editing, I was looking for Seya clips because I wanted to put in Seya. And when I wrote it on YouTube to see what they had, there was a Netflix trailer for the new Senseiya, which is what I was talking about last week, that they're making it for Netflix, and it's gonna be an animation. It's gonna be a cartoon, I thought, but it's not. It's CGI, and it's really shitty CGI, if I may say so myself. I was not very happy with it, but I don't have a problem with it because that cartoon was made cheap, so a lot of the animation was actually kind of cheap. So I don't mind it that it's cheap CGI because
It's true to this.
yeah, like it's true to the source. But one thing that is not true to the source that I have a giant problem with is in the cartoon there was a character named Sean. Sean used to wear so Saint Seiya they either wear the 12 signs of the zodiac uniform. That's why they call Knights of the Zodiac, or those are the golden armors are the 12 signs of the zodiac. But the silver armors, so the ones right underneath them, which is what the main characters of the show are, will wear characters from Greek mythology. So they will wear Pegasus, they will wear Andromeda, they will wear like all. If you ever seen Clash of the Titans, all of those characters, that's what they wear. But Andromeda, which is a woman that kills herself to save everybody, when the Kraken comes, release the Kraken.
Yes.
Is Sean wears the Andromeda armor. So, in 1980 something, where there were no gay anything on television that wasn't frowned upon, there was a gay character on TV. He's not necessarily, I mean, he's never like making out with any other dude, but you fucking know he's gay. You knew as a kid, you know it now. And as a kid, back in the 80s, I felt like that was a little bit, maybe like I didn't want to see that. But that's not true because I was very okay with it. And he taught me to be okay with homosexuality as well. I didn't care because that motherfucker could fight. So, you know.
Do you think, baby?
Props.
Yeah.
Props. Right. Now they made Andromeda a woman. And I'm curious, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because you could have made Andromeda still Sean. Sean has a brother named Phoenix, whose name is Iki. He's the Phoenix armor. You could have made Phoenix a woman, which kind of works with the name, and leave Andromeda Sean being gay. And by the way, Phoenix, my favorite character of the entire series, because Phoenix owned everybody. Phoenix owned everybody. As a matter of fact, the weakest Knight of the Zodiac was Andromeda. So by making it a woman, if you keeping, because when I looked at the trailer, it looked very much like the original series, except for that change. So if you're gonna make the weakest character the girl, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Not that making it the gay guy is much better, and there's no but. It doesn't make it much better. Yeah, there's a but at least you're not saying that the woman I don't know, because that's kind of fucked up too. That now the gay guy is the weakest one. I don't know.
And PC culture.
No, but I don't know. I mean, at least it's still a man, and the man is weak. So that's where I'm coming from. It's still a man, and the man
Showing
can
a
be
different
this
side of a man.
right? And he could be weak, even though he's gay. And I don't think that has to do with it. It's just he's a man. And how you made Iki a girl, or Iki or Phoenix a girl, why wouldn't that be a better approach? The one that saves Iki saves everybody more than once. That motherfucker's like, yeah, motherfucker still getting your ass kicked. I gotta come in here and kick everybody's ass again because the Phoenix has to die to come back. So he shows up and he's like, yo, I'm here to beat everybody this motherfucker fuck up. But he gets fucked up. So he has to leave and get reborn. Come on, B. Come on, B.
Drop the ball.
Come on. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy that there's no Sean. I'm not happy that there's... And, by the way, forget all that. The people that train the main character, Seya, Saint Seiya, he's the main character, is 2 girls. So there is strong female representation here. So why do you need Andromeda to be a girl? I think that's an anti-gay thing, actually, very honestly. That's what I think it is. I don't think it's a female empowerment. I think it's an anti-gay thing. Make the two girls stronger. They can still do it. And they wear masks. They're so badass, dude. They wear this metal mask. You try to fuck with them, they fuck your ass up.
Gang. Sensei.
You think it's a bad move? I mean, you don't have any investment in it, so I'm trying to ask you because I have an investment. I've been a fan of this show for fucking 30 years. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like it's a horrible move if they took away a character to represent one specific good demographic when they already have that representation somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you didn't have to show the girl weak. You know what I'm saying? And maybe Sean isn't a weak character. You know what I'm saying?
Sean is not, but it's just that Sean gets beat a lot, and because the truth of the character is not that he's weak. And let me rephrase that. I think because I'm remembering a lot of things now. He's not weak. He prefers not to fight, but he's in a fighting thing. So he wanted to fight in the competition, but when the shit got real and motherfuckers were getting killed, he's more of a pacifist mind. So he's like, well, I know how to fight.
Defend myself.
Right. I have the technique. I know how to fight, but I'd rather not fight anybody else because I don't want to hurt nobody. In a competition, that's cool because what I want is X. But like fighting just for the sake of fighting, that's not for me. And I don't think that that's a weakness. Actually, I think that's actually stronger. That you're willing to be like, I know how to kick your goddamn ass, but I'm not going to because I'm better than you at that. You know? So I should rephrase that because it's not necessarily weakness, but I don't know that I'm happy, dude. I don't know that I'm happy. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't. I'm assuming right. But I don't know that I'm happy that they took away Sean and made Andromeda a girl. Unless it turns out that this is a transsexual, then I'm all for it. Then I'm definitely down. I'm like, oh yeah, well you made it better then. Not better, but you really representing the most underrepresented of communities probably. Yes, and I'm assuming groups, I don't want to make anybody angry, and I'm sorry. I don't. I really don't. I think if it's that like transsexuals, I think get fucking shown by more, no pun intended, Sean, but they get shown by more people even in today's day and age than the gays do, and I think that and it's a different thing altogether, you know.
Yes.
So I don't know. Well, you know, that's my 5 cents.
Yeah.
You good? Yeah. So thanks for watching.
Episode 3.
Episode 3, son. Woo!
Yes. And we got the different camera angles for y'all. New camera. Shout outs, Director Steph.
Yo, I think that camera's pointing just at you, bro.
For real?
Yeah.
No, don't lie to me.
So I'm gonna have to check that video out.
Woo!
All right. Thank you.
Peace out.
Peace out.